The laughter started before the toast ended. It was the kind of laughter that echoes, not because it's funny, but because it's safe. Everyone at that long mahogany table felt safe enough to laugh at me. My wife, Emma, sat across, a champagne flute in her hand, eyes burning with the thrill of the night. Her father's hand rested proudly on her shoulder. Her mother's face glowed with pride. Colleagues, investors, friends, they all smiled the same way people do when they think they're witnessing greatness. "Top Salesperson of the Year," her father announced, voice booming. "The youngest in company history." Applause followed. Then her voice, smooth, bright, venom wrapped in honey. "How does it feel?" she asked, tilting her head at me, "watching me succeed while you do nothing?" A pause. Then the laughter. Her eyes didn't leave mine, not even when she smiled. "Don't be mad," she said, still laughing. "I'm just teasing." I smiled back, the kind that doesn't reach the eyes. "Teasing is fun," I said softly. "Want to hear mine?" The laughter quieted. Only her eyes flickered, just a little. She didn't know it yet, but the joke had already ended hours ago. It started with her phone. Not snooping. No, that's not what I do. I observe. Patterns, rhythms, small breaks in normalcy. She'd started leaving it face down, notifications off. The smile she wore after midnight phone calls didn't belong to me. Then there were the late strategy meetings. The perfume when she returned home, an expensive one, not hers. The faint lipstick smudge, not her shade, on her coffee mug the next morning. Details, always details. I told myself it was nothing, that she was ambitious, not deceitful, that I was paranoid. But silence has a way of teaching the truth, if you listen long enough. One night, I heard her whispering in the living room. I stayed at the top of the stairs, in the dark, just out of sight. Her tone was playful, low, intimate. Then a man's laugh, muffled through the speaker. "Don't worry," she said. "He's harmless. He'll never know." Harmless. A word meant to soothe, but it cut clean through me. I stood there until the call ended, then walked back to bed, slow, careful. And I smiled. Because harmless men don't stay harmless forever. I began my investigation like an accountant, balancing numbers, precise, detached. First, the company registry, her father's empire, a network of shell corporations, subsidiaries, and family trusts. Her name appeared often. So did mine. She didn't know I owned a small stake. It had been a gift from her father when we married, tucked away in a forgotten agreement. I never sold it. I just waited. Then the financial statements, the commission reports. I noticed anomalies. Bonuses processed twice. Commissions redirected. One signature replicated a little too perfectly. Emma's. At work dinners, I started asking casual questions. "How's the new CRM? You've got a strong client base now, huh?" Each time, she smiled like she was hiding a secret that made her powerful. I let her believe it. When she left her laptop unlocked one night, I copied a few files. Spreadsheets, emails, contracts. By morning, I had names, numbers, dates, and one thread that led somewhere unexpected, her father's personal account. Money moved there from her sales, then to another account, offshore. A joint account, 2 names, hers and the man she whispered to. That's when I stopped sleeping. I spent the next week building a picture, piece by piece. A web of deceit spun with manic precision. And through it all, I never said a word. She'd wake up, smile, kiss my cheek, and I'd look at her like she was already gone. The confirmation came on a Tuesday. A forensic accountant, quiet, discreet, handed me the final report. 97 pages of data, transactions, messages, signatures. Her voice echoed in my head as I read it. "You'll never know." I knew. That night I waited at home. Dinner laid out exactly as she liked it. She arrived late, glowing from another client meeting. "You cooked?" she said, pretending to be surprised. I nodded. "Celebration. For what?" "For your success." We ate in silence. Her phone buzzed once. She ignored it. I didn't. When she reached for her glass, I slid the folder across the table. She frowned, opened it. Her hands started to shake after the third page. By the 10th, she stopped breathing evenly. "What is this?" she whispered. "Numbers," I said. "Truth, if you prefer." Her eyes darted to me, searching for anger. There was none, only calm. Cold, deliberate calm. "You went through my accounts?" "No," I said. "Through ours." She tried to speak, but words abandoned her. The sound she made next wasn't guilt, it was fear, and it was beautiful. That dinner, the one where she laughed, was already planned. Her father's board was there, senior executives, the company attorney, everyone who mattered. When she stood to give her little victory speech, I stayed quiet. I let her bask in their applause. Until her father raised his glass and said, "To Emma, the future of this company." That's when I spoke. Calmly, clearly. "Actually," I said, "the future looks a bit different." Every head turned. I stood, adjusted my cufflinks, and looked her father in the eye. "I've recently acquired additional shares through silent partners. Effective this week, I hold 77% of this company." Silence. Emma's smile faltered. "What are—" I didn't look at her. "Emma," I said softly, "you're fired." Gasps. Her father's mouth opened, but no sound came. She stammered something, pleading, half angry, half shocked. But the documents were already on the table, signed, filed, irreversible. And the boardroom applauded. Hesitant, unsure, but obedient. I didn't stay to watch her break. I just left. The night air outside was cold, clean. I walked alone through the parking lot, her laughter still echoing faintly in memory, like the last note of a song that no longer mattered. I didn't feel joy or sadness, just quiet. There's a certain peace that comes when truth burns everything false to ash. I'd spent months suffocating under her lies. Now she would spend years breathing in their smoke. As I reached my car, I looked back at the building. Glass, gold, hollow. She was still inside, surrounded by the ruins she built. I started the engine and smiled. Some jokes just take longer to land.